Today we are talking about non-linguistic representations.
Non-linguistic representation is an imagery mode expressed in mental pictures and physical sensations such as smell, taste, touch, sound, and kinesthetic. Some strategies that teachers can use for non-linguistic representation in their classroom and that we will explore in this video are graphic organizers, role-play, kinesthetic, pictographs, and visual models. While watching this video, we want you guys to consider what some of the strengths and weaknesses are of using non-linguistic representation in your classroom.
It's graphic organizers time.
The first way that you can use non-linguistic representation in your classroom is through a graphic organizer. Graphic organizers are really great ways for students to have a hands-on form or activity that keeps them engaged in the lesson and keeps track of their notes. For a lot of students will need guided notes to be able to complete activities correctly and to just stay on task. So graphic organizers are a really great way of allowing them to elaborate on information and also transfer their knowledge on something that they can keep as a tangible artifact. So for today's lesson, we're actually going to have you all complete a graphic organizer. You'll notice that you have a handout on your tables. The way that it's organized is that it asks you to write down the different strategies which we covered in our introduction. What is it? So define it in your own words, and then how would you use it in your classroom? So we would like for you to fill that out as you go, as a resource for you when you're thinking about using it in your future classroom. From then, now we'd like for you to pause the video and find your own graphic organizer that fits within your content area. Once you've found that, we'd like for you to post it on our class's Padlet, which will have the link on the video for you. So it's padlet.com/tvons/paint.
Let's do a role play.
Like graphic organizers, you can also use role play in your classroom as a way of engaging students. Role play is really great for non-linguistic representation because it allows students to have movement and action that not only helps them remember the concepts that you're teaching, but also apply them in creative ways. So what we're about to demonstrate is what a role play might look like in a social studies classroom, and we'll introduce ourselves to let you understand.
I'm going to be the legislative branch, and I'm going to actually write the bill.
I'm going to be the executive branch, and I'm going to act as the president and either veto or not veto the bill.
I'm the judicial branch, and I will be deciding if the bill is constitutional or not.
Here's the bill.
So your bill is that we won't have homework anymore. I think I'm going to have to veto this bill.
Okay, so what's your suggestions on fixing it?
I think that having no homework is not beneficial to learning, and so I think if you wanted to maybe amend it so that only certain days you can't have homework based on your schedule, that would be more appropriate.
Okay. So I'm going to say Wednesdays. No homework Wednesdays.
Okay, I can put this in the law. Let's make sure it's constitutional.
No homework on Wednesdays. Seems pretty constitutional.
It's a law! Yay!
It's time to move with kinesthetic.
Another method of non-linguistic representation is engaging students in kinesthetic activities. Up to 25% of learners are kinesthetic learners. Physical movement associated with knowledge generates a mental image of the knowledge in the mind. An example of a kinesthetic activity is having students in math create angles with their arms. So for example, obtuse, right angle, and a cube.
Pictographs, here we come.
The next strategy that we're going to talk about is a pictograph. So a pictograph is a pictorial symbol for a word or phrase. Some examples would be like, this would mean a sun, and this would mean like a person. Some fun facts about it is that it is the earliest form of writing, and examples have been found in Egypt and Mesopotamia, and they have been known to be before 3000 BC.
Let's get visual with visual aid.
We learned about all the other ways to use non-linguistic strategies. We're going to learn about visual representation. So visual representation can be something as simple as making pie charts out of paper plates or using plot sketches in your classroom to help students understand the plot of the story. There's also other examples out there, so I challenge you guys to go make your own example. pause the video, find one, and put it on this tablet or book that's scroll on the bottom of your screen.
Let's learn about some strengths and weaknesses.
Going back to the essential question at the beginning of the video, some strengths and weaknesses are, for non-linguistic representations, the effects on achievement are strong because they tap into the student's natural tendency for visual imaging processing by helping them construct meaning of content and skills being learned to recall it better later. Students can use the content information in a new way rather than focusing on language only. Elaborate on their content and transfer it through application. Some weaknesses are one of the biggest drawbacks to non-linguistic representations is that they commonly require a great deal of time to construct and even more time to explain and defend. When teachers plan for students to use non-linguistic representations, they should allow for enough time to get the full effect. Because these representations are so time-consuming, teachers should limit their use to crucial content.
Thanks for watching and learning all about linguistic representations with us today.